Wait, what word are you trying to pronounce?
Bienvenue dans Current Driver's Window Shop. Encontré usted redactor en
You're
chef.
pronouncing it like Spanish.
I want you to put his name.
Welcome to Window Shop for the second week in a row, live from France, adjacent Michigan.
France.
Here is Editor-in-Chief Tony Quiroga.
Welcome to Window Shop with Car and Driver, the weekly show where Car and Driver staffers, editors, contributors, and friends gather to shop for cars on sale online based on a challenge. This week's challenge, we've never looked at our favorite French cars. We've looked at our favorite German cars, I think. I think we've looked at our favorite English cars, but we've never, and a favorite Italian cars too. And so we're looking at our favorite French cars this week, and I set the budget at $50,000, and we're going to see what everybody bought. And then I'm giving bonus points, which are meaningless, for anybody who found a French car for sale in the States. So this week we're joined by Road and Track Senior Editor, Mr. John Pearley Huffman, Executive Editor, Mr. Casey Colwell, our favorite contributor, Mr. Jonathon Ramsey, and Senior Editor Joey Capparella, who is also a French major and who will be guiding us through this episode, hopefully. Mr. Huffman, you want to kick it off with what you found for sale?
Sure. I wanted something that wasn't just another Citroen or Peugeot, so I wanted to go or a Renault.
That's all there is.
Right.
Oh, the Panhard Dyna.
Panhard Dyna 50. This is a 57 Panhard Dyna with a 851 cc, of course, horizontally opposed twin, making 50 horsepower.
Yes, running the front wheels, right? It's
running the front drive. They're really, I think they're incredibly, they look like, like some sort of vision of the future from 1944, like what people imagine. This is what 1980 is going to look like.
Come on, that was the atomic space age in 1944.
45.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a bathtub and it's like a bathtub and a refrigerator had a baby.
It looks like a Cars extra that got
Pearley, I know you're really good at looking through the photos, but can you click on that view all photos button maybe? There we go.
There we go.
So, I think this thing's really cool looking. It would be, it's in Belgium, which, is a NATO member.
What happened to Panhard? What happened to Panhard? Did it go? It went away, obviously.
It was swallowed up, wasn't it, Pearley?
Yeah, swallowed up by Citroen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Panhard had a lot of firsts in the automotive world.
They were one of the first. They were one of the first series production cars. Period.
Right. And they invented the Panhard bar.
Yeah. Panhard rod.
Yeah, and this is a. If you're gonna have something interesting, this is very. They made some prettier cars. They made in the '60s. They made some really pretty coupes.
I think Panhard Dyna won some rally. Maybe the which rally was it?
What? Wait.
Paris Dakar?
No, nothing that difficult.
That real.
But these only had like 26 horsepower, Pearly, didn't they? 36?
50.
50? Okay.
Maybe less. I don't. Who knows? God knows.
Maybe 50 French horsepower.
Yeah.
But look how flat the floor is.
Is it Chevaux? Is that what?
Chevaux.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chevaux horsepower. It's
abbreviated CV.
Well, it's not Chevaux horsepower. It's just
horses.
It's just horses.
Yeah.
Plural with the X on.
Look at this. Look at this steering column.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, that's just wicked.
I would love to see slow-mo crash test of that steering.
Yeah, but I think it's adjustable. I think you can adjust the whole thing, and it moves this, like a 928, and moves the instrumentation.
And a Ford probe.
You mean a 928's like this?
Yeah, no, well, that's true. This is 20 years before the 928.
Panhard probably invented it. There you go.
Yeah. Look at that with the 4 on the tree.
Isn't that the same kind of interior you had in your French wedding car, Pearly? I seem to recall like a red couch like thing.
Oh, yeah.
That implies a memory that I don't even have anymore. Is that still out of mind?
Clearing out the cache.
Essence.
I think this just thing with driving around, this thing would be really cool.
Oh, you've got that accessory. You've got that accessory 12-volt outlet, so you can hook up your radar detector in this thing.
Yeah,
is that a 12-volt outlet?
I think so. I mean, we'll never go back to it since Pearley's driving, but
Because
Thank you
isn't
very
it really
much.
just a lighter, an ashtray thing?
Look at that! Look at that air-cooled engine. Look at those fins on the engine.
Yep.
Isn't that
I mean,
cool?
it's basically like a motorcycle engine, right?
Basically a BMW.
Basically.
It's basically like a BMW motorcycle engine.
It is exactly a motorcycle engine.
Is that a
Really?
motorcycle engine?
It's like a motorcycle engine.
Pearley, can you go back to the under the dashboard shot of the 12-volt outlet? There you go. Right of the gauge. Right. One more. There you
Right
go.
there.
Oh, wait, there's a better shot. Sorry. My bad.
There it is. There it is.
There
Listen.
it is.
Yeah, what
Oh, wait,
is
is
that?
that or
Right
is that
there.
a that is a 12 volt?
Yeah, it was a cigarette lighter too, because
Yeah,
you know,
that's a cigarette lighter. is
what do
that
they call
is.
cigarettes in France?
Galois.
Yeah, Galois. So yeah, it's like
That's a
your
brand.
Galois.
That's a
or-
It's
brand.
Galois. It's like
cigarette-
Foster's is
cigarette.
Australian. Foster's is Australian for beer.
Oh, yeah.
Galois is
Yeah,
French
no,
for cigarettes.
if you're somewhere in
Yeah,
Australia,
oh,
where
here's
they're drinking Foster's, you need to leave.
Here's the hood.
It looks like a frog.
Isn't that cool?
No,
Joey's
not
right.
cool?
Though.
You're saying
It
that's
does
not
look like a
cool?
frog.
correct.
Yeah, you probably
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, it looks like a hungry hippo.
does.
So we've
Yeah.
done this segment in the magazine called Meanwhile in France to show how out of touch French car design is.
This is 1957. It's an all independent suspension,
Okay.
front drive,
Unibody, front drive, air cooled.
unibody, 2-cylinder, air cooled. It's just it's odd in so many cool ways.
Yeah, I could see you trying to Uber in this.
But isn't a front wheel drive unibody all independent suspension not so odd these days?
It is odd for 1957, and it's
Yeah,
odd
I
with
guess
a
it's all relative.
yeah. It sure is odd with a horizontally opposed air cooled twin.
Hmm.
So it's
Okay.
pretty
That's enough of the old timer farm.
Okay, I'm stopping my share. Go.
Thank you,
When
When you're
Pearly.
in Belgium, stop
Thank you.
by.
That was a wild choice, Pearly. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get
That
to
was well
whoever
done.
chose the Renault Alliance or a Lake Car or something else, a Lake Crap thing.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Monsieur Capparella.
Oui.
Monsieur Capparella.
Ici, c'est
Well,
mon
how could with a
voiture.
name like Capparella? How did you end up majoring in
Yeah,
French?
I just
People
went
can
for it.
major
I don't know
in
any
whatever
Italian.
language they want, Pearly.
Yeah, I made my choice.
Not in America, you can't.
Not at
Okay, so-
UCSB.
I was looking in America for French cars, which does not turn up many results. I found this one in Seattle.
Wait, I love that the listing says she drove it here.
Yeah, I don't understand. I want to know exactly what that means.
And then I purchased it.
Anyway, I was looking at this, but the sedan is kind of dumpy. So what you really want is the coupe.
Oh
which was
yeah.
a
Yeah, those
Pininfarina, and I've always thought these cars were really good looking.
It was
So-
very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are really cool.
That's a very pretty car.
406
Is that in the United
or
States? Is that for
Have
sale?
something-
What color? What color yellow you think that is?
Lay piss.
What do you think it is?
Mustard. It's mustard. It's mustard field.
Well,
yellow.
I found another one in a different color. It's like a mint.
or what
green.
color is jaune?
And this one has a nice brown interior too.
Ooh, green
Anyway,
on
I
brown.
like this one
Profile
because
from that angle, that looks a lot like a Ferrari 456.
I thought it looked like a
There you go.
suppository.
It's not automatic. I prefer the manual.
yeah. So this one has
I
the
don't know, those look
manual
like
and
that.
I
the
don't know what kind of suppository.
manual and a V6. The V6 is like 190, 200 horsepower, I think. But I just think this is such a stylish.
The French
it's got
kind.
It's got the
It is.
Pininfarina.
and that's for sale here in the States.
No.
No, it's not in the States.
No, that doesn't look like a U.S. garage.
This one is in I think it's in Argentina or something.
Oh, it's just a
I
hop,
can't
skip,
even
and
remember.
jump
The
away.
French-speaking Italian went
Yeah.
to Argentina for his
We're all
Peugeot.
over the map. We're all over the map.
But it
Well,
is a great car.
Peugeot was pretty popular in South America. A friend of mine who lived in Lima had his, I think he had a 406 or his mom had a 406 and they got carjacked.
Mm.
Very popular thing to do in Lima.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
I mean,
like,
it's a really
such
nice
good
car
design.
in South America.
I mean, I've never driven a Peugeot, but I would imagine it's decent, right? It's a front wheel drive
decent,
coupe
and
with
especially
a
if you got the. Well, I rented one of these when I lived in Paris, and they were. If you got the manual, it was.
yeah. I feel like it'd be
enjoyable.
fun.
Imagine
Yeah.
away. Just keep imagining.
It's
How
probably
much does
better
it
to
cost,
just
Joey?
imagine.
How much are
rather than-
these?
This one is $15,000.
And how much is
But
the other
weirdly, this one is, I think this one's in Japan, and it's like way cheaper, even if you include the shipping. So I don't know what's
At
going on.
$2,500.
Yeah, it's a little suspicious. I'll choose this one instead. I think it's better.
I want to look at the one in Japan more.
What powers this? What
The
powers this?
V6.
V6?
Is it a
3 liter, I
version
think?
of the PRV V6?
24
Like a
valve?
later version? Probably.
Actually, I might be. I
That
think
shot there, that looks like that is. Oh,
What's
that's
that,
like
Keith?
456
Alright, I got it.
greenhouse.
No, it's not.
this shot.
Yeah,
Wait, well, was that a Pininfarina design also?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, it
well,
was.
makes sense, and
Let's-
it was right around the same time.
Joey, call up a 456.
This does not
It's
look
got to be
like
the right. I'm gonna find the right angle.
it. Anytime you have to find the right angle is they're probably not that close.
No,
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't.
I don't
I
see it
mean-
at all.
I mean, they're both cars.
Yeah, they have 4 wheels.
I think if you look at the shoulder, like they both rise, they're sort of wedge shape
Yeah, like
ride
right
from-
here.
front to back.
Ah, God, that's pushing it.
Yeah, but I mean that's
Yeah,
I
okay.
think-
Well, it's
You can't-
good looking regardless. Even if
It is a
doesn't look
great
like-
looking car.
it is.
But it just, the only you know, it's very, for a French car, it's very non-eccentric.
Yeah, it's actually very.
Well, most
smooth
French
and
cars
kind of
aren't eccentric.
nondescript.
No, most French
I don't-
cars are very eccentric.
No, most French cars are not eccentric. Not. Come on.
I think we've reached a stalemate here.
I'm thinking more
That's-
355.
Joey, you majored in France. You get the deciding vote.
You
Majored in
majored
France.
in France.
In the France.
I did do a study abroad in France, and I would say that most French cars that people actually buy look pretty quirky, like a Picasso or something.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, but that wasn't most French cars people buy.
No, but
That's
these
not
are popular.
quirky.
I mean,
That's-
a Picasso.
That's just trash.
They're
Yeah,
really
that's
popular
an
though.
appliance. That's an appliance.
That's a horrible car.
And
But
And I
the
mean,
design is
how many of
weird.
these
Like,
did you really
Citroen
see
also-
though?
I think
Is it fun?
Joe, I think
it's
Joey,
pretty weird.
It's
Joey,
awful.
because you're agreeing with me, Joey, I think it's a brilliant take.
Oh come on.
Or like this Renault Megane that had the really weird like bustle back
The tail
rear.
light, yeah, or the
But that was
was
one.
strange.
That was one part of one generation.
But like
Oh,
for like 5 or 6
John-
years, all the Renaults looked like this.
Jonathan,
Well, it was
Is there
it
a
was the
Renault that also has
Velsatis.
sliding
It was
doors?
the Velsatis.
Okay, well there's
Yeah, it was
the
a
Renault
1001. It was a
Avantime, which is-
Peugeot. It was a Peugeot.
Velsatis.
1001.
Yeah.
Jonathan, just give it up. You
No,
lost
it's
this argument. I'm
1007.
right, you're wrong.
1007.
I know a lot. I
Yeah.
learned a lot about French cars. Yeah, so it had two
I
sliding
lived
doors
there,
total.
Pearly. I lived there.
I mean,
and I'm
I've seen some
telling
pretty
you.
weird stuff, Jonathan.
I-
I think
I
I might
lived
be on
at
Team
this-
Pearly.
No,
I
wait,
lived in-
hold
I
on.
lived in
I
a little
never
bit
said
better.
there were no weird cars there.
They're
I
all
said
weird.
Oh, weird.
Okay, so what French cars are you referring to that are normal looking?
the Peugeot 10, the
205 GTI.
boom 205, the 101, the 305. All those were just regular hatchbacks.
Yeah,
even
that's
the 205, even the 205, which is a wonderful, 205
Come on.
GTI.
But like the car
You
that
can
followed that, it's pretty
That's
weird.
pretty ordinary.
Was that pretty
No,
weird?
that's weird.
That's not weird. That's just mostly headlights.
See,
Headlights?
This is why I'm right, because we need to define our terms as usual. And Joey has a different dictionary than I do.
That's not weird. That car's not weird. It's just
There's
lame.
nothing weird about that.
There's nothing
That is-
weird
that
about
is a
that car.
standard
Right.
European.
Okay, what
subcontinent.
about a
But
I mean-
I'd say if you look at the
what about
batting
this
average,
Twingo?
I'd say if you look at the batting average, French cars are weirder than most.
They
other
have
countries.
character.
No, Joey, they're weirder.
They're weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, there's
That's
what's
what-
the
that's
one
what I'm
with, like,
saying.
what's the cactus? The one with like it comes with like padded doors.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's, I mean, it's a Citroen cactus, but I mean, that's,
But those were
And then
really
the-
those sold
With
very well
padded
in
doors.
France.
Who wants a padded door?
the Renault
Yeah,
Avantime.
these sold very
anyone
well.
who laments the demise of the Lumina wants a padded door.
I was really upset the one time I tried to rent one of these and they didn't have it. I will say that.
And these were like
Padded
one of the
doors were great.
best-selling cars in France for several years.
How about the Renault
Sold
Avantime?
tens of hundreds of them.
The Avantime was
Avantime was
not
weird.
popular. Anyway, back to the 406. I think
I
it's
think that's a 24 valve PRV V6. I
okay.
think
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
last of
It
the.
says 24, about 24 on here.
Because was the DeLorean a PRV? Wasn't that like the
Yeah,
DeLorean
it
was
was the
PRV.
early one. Yeah.
Volvo 960 was a PRV.
Yeah.
Right.
The Saab was it the Saab used the PRV engine too for a while.
Oh, I think they did.
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't it a
9,000
2.8
no,
liter at that
9,000 didn't.
point?
The Renault 25 was a PRV.
It's that greenhouse. That greenhouse is very Ferrari. I don't know which Ferrari it is, but it is.
It's a pretty car.
It's just a pretty car.
It is.
Also, I like this
We've now been
badge on
talking
the-
about for a half
Yeah,
hour.
it's
Can we move on to
bad.
something else?
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
done. J'ai fini.
You try to get closer to the win, Pearly? Is that what
Yeah.
you're
He doesn't want his car to be forgotten.
You're gonna forget a Panhard.
All right, Jonathan, you're up. What have you brought to the? You've got some great French cars on your right there, our left.
oh yeah. I mean, I wanted, so the Alpine was the one I really wanted, but of course you can't find anything under 100 grand here. And if anyone wonders why it looks like I'm standing in a field somewhere, I basically am.
You harvesting your crop?
It's farm life.
Well,
It's the farm report with Jonathon Ramsey.
Casey, I had people who harvest my crops for me, but I got to watch over them while I drink sweet tea. So,
God, what is this?
I had the wagon and I couldn't decide, but I like this one better. The guy did not take any kind of decent shots of it.
I don't know if this is going to be under 50 grand.
It was close, and
It might
I'm
be a negotiating range.
Well,
well,
this
I'm
might
thinking-
the reserve might be 50 grand, Casey.
I'm thinking I can talk him up to 3 grand, and then but yeah, I wanted a manual. I could not find one, but it's clean as except for a few spots.
Does the
This-
umbrella come with it?
Oh, this
What?
has the later interior, which is sort of like the Hyundai Sonata interiors.
Oh, we were just talking about this.
and
Yes.
somebody bought that Sonata.
Yeah,
window shop
someone
watcher bought
someone
the
on Twitter
Sonata.
posted that
What? Do they watch you gush all over
Exactly.
it?
Yeah.
Of course
And
they
it
do.
crapped out on him like 200 miles.
Yeah,
later.
it didn't
As
last
I
long.
said.
Yeah, you were right.
But he made it home.
My
So the
Mirage
kid
would have
got
lasted
shot.
longer.
That's
Boom.
definitely true.
I still agree. I agree with that as
the
well.
thing I like about this car is it has the worst federal headlight adoption.
Oh, they're not that bad, Pearly. It has
ugly!
character.
Come on, they just like they made a plug.
I actually like the later versions of these. I think they look pretty
I
good.
think they're kind of
You
sleek
think it's
cars.
that bad, Pearly?
Oh, well, I like the European headlights. You know, you'd switch to the European headlights to look a lot better.
Oh,
No, I disagree. Let's look at the European headlights, Jonathan. Go to the 505 Euro headlight.
European. Oh, I think what is that? Peugeot.
That's
502?
fine. Yeah, Peugeot.
Okay. I mean,
See,
That's
the
not
early
really
ones,
bad.
the
That
round
much
ones were
better.
better. That's
The
what-
round one.
The
The round
round
ones
ones?
were terrible.
No, the
I don't
round
like
ones are
those.
better.
Better than what?
what?
Better.
The alternative.
If you get the United States version, that's going to be better if you have the round ones. Now, I prefer the Euro headlights, which are nice headlights. but
No,
the-
I think the seal beam square units are a nice looking
They're
The
car.
only difference,
hideous.
Pearly,
It's
is that
so
these
ugly.
are flush.
No,
The
that
only
looks
difference is that
bad.
these are flush.
Yeah, that's
that's
not
the-
attractive.
Well,
I
that's
think
not-
the one
that's-
Jonathan has look better.
I agree,
No.
Joey.
Oh, you guys
Jonathan,
are,
I have another
you guys are
505.
bizarre. You guys are bizarrely addled in the brain department.
Okay. I have
You're one to
another
talk.
question, Jonathan. Jonathan, what is the bolt pattern of this wheel? Is it like a 4x130, 4x140?
That is deep Hogwarts knowledge that I have not.
I mean, Google will answer it. I'm curious because look how far away the
Sorry.
bolts are.
I thought that I had
I'll
to
look it
get
up
my
for you. Keep
bonus.
keep going
I
to the
thought I had to
photos. I'll
answer
look it up
that.
for you.
Bolt
He's
pattern.
in too deep.
Bolt pattern.
I bet it's like 4x130 is my guess.
I'm probably gonna need to change this to.
Oh yeah, get out of images. What kind of crazy? Oh, look at
4x140.
Yeah, that is a far apart wheel.
63.5 millimeter hub centers. Four centers.
Didn't they use TRX wheels and tires?
Maybe some of them did, yeah, since they're so closely tied to Michelin.
Michelin.
The restaurant people?
I've heard of them.
I have
Um,
Michelin's on my truck.
Wait, what engine is this? Will we even get into that? Oh, it's the turbo.
Yeah, it's the 505 turbo, but I don't.
I think these made up to 180 horsepower in the States, but I think the earlier ones made 160. I'm guessing. I think I remember that.
You remember that?
But I mean, a 3-season daily driver, I figure it
It
can't
has
be.
some repair issues that need to be addressed.
It's a come on.
Kind of
It is
goes
a
without saying.
36-year-old Peugeot.
Hey, Tony, what is a 1993 Plymouth Laser? What's the base horsepower?
Oh,
120.
12.
what was it? It was like 130, I think.
120, wasn't it?
This is a game. This is a game. This is a game show. We should.
It was like the
Invent.
single over. It was a single. There was a kid in college that had one. It was slow.
Was the single overhead cam version of the 4G63?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Yes, the only two people will need to be on this game show. And it's gonna be mostly screaming.
I can do it, but only post like 1999.
But I mean, I think like I love these wheels. I love the lines on this car. I prefer a manual wagon, of course, because I have to. But
Didn't this car have some Pininfarina flavor to it? Didn't
Flavor.
was it
got
was
breathed
it
on.
Pininfarina or Giugiaro?
I think it was Pininfarina.
Because didn't Giugiaro do the Renault, the other Renaults you like, the Alliances?
No, I don't think Giugiaro did those cars.
Peugeot 505 design.
We have so many 505 questions.
All right, Peugeot 505s.
Oh, it's
Pininfarina,
Brock.
yeah.
It's Brock.
A
Pininfarina and
collaboration.
Peugeot collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Peugeot breathed on it. I mean, Pininfarina breathed on it. It's been a long day.
They probably just said whatever the French is for less weird is what we want.
Wow, these were produced from between 79 and 97
Yeah.
I think they made them as knockdown.
Crazy.
I think they made them in
in
Africa.
China.
Yeah, they made
Until
them in
97 in China.
Indonesia, Thailand, Taiwan, Nigeria, Malaysia.
Yeah.
If you wanted to build one of these, they let you.
You know, if you're in a country with unimproved roads, these things are pretty tough, pretty stout.
So that was my car.
Wow, they were built in Egypt and Argentina and everywhere. Jeez.
This is like the Cliff
Thailand,
Clavin of window
Nigeria.
shops, where it's
Where
the
wasn't the
triangle's not really
Peugeot
a
505
triangle.
built?
There's so many
The
505
States.
factoids.
It was not built in the United States.
No,
I mean, the
Did
Peugeot,
Peugeot have a
505
factory here?
What's it?
Peugeot never had a factory here, did they?
No.
Oh no way.
Renault
No.
did.
They had one in Australia.
No, the Americans don't go on strike enough to have a factory Peugeot factory.
Hey,
The Americans don't take long enough for lunch.
and that's a problem. We need to change that because there is nothing like a French lunch with a French sandwich and a French woman.
All right, Mr. Colwell, you are up. I hope your car is half as interesting as the Peugeot 505.
It might be.
That would be a Peugeot 2505.
So, but
We
so
should
this
do
is,
we should do a challenge that's cars that were built in the most different places.
so this isn't it. But I noticed that the Citroen badge is
Upside
backwards.
down.
It's upside down, yeah. On the BX.
Oh.
It was probably
Yeah,
hit.
it's upside down, right?
It was
Okay.
probably hit, yeah.
Anyway, this is what I got.
Nice.
This beautiful XM.
Does that one have the original suspension?
It does.
So
And-
so it's an XM. Does it come with Howard Stern playing on it all the time?
Oh, my God.
God.
Oh,
that's
God.
terrible. Boo.
Carlos, take that out.
Carlos.
He was first of all, he was never on XM. He was on Sirius, and then they merged, but doesn't matter.
It's a
not
joke. It's a stupid joke.
But
Yeah, we
it's,
know.
it's not based in anything. It's based
I had
in
to
like,
fact.
misinformation.
It's an XM. It's based on XM. It's a thing.
Michelin's.
Michelin.
Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good
Oh,
thing.
it's
there's-
raised
Yeah,
up
so you
in
can
that
see it's
picture.
got the suspension is working.
It's a good thing there's
Wow.
wheel locks because I'm sure somebody would really want to steal those wheels.
It kind of looks cool when it's
They
jacked
look
up.
like those new edge Mustang wheels.
Casey,
Wait,
there was an
it looks like-
importer. Casey, there was an importer that brought these in from like 87 to 90.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this
So
is
who
the
brought the
Wait, it
original
has a
Coupe in?
2-liter.
this is the
four-cylinder?
spiritual successor to the DS, the DS
Yep.
line.
Mm.
Yeah. But when I was searching, so it was like I went searching for French cars, and I was like, I didn't want. It was like, okay, Citroen, Renault, Peugeot, and then I was like, there's got to be some other ones that have fallen off the map, and you kind of look at a list of French car manufacturers, and There's a bunch of them that ceased to operate in the teens, and then a bunch of them that ceased to operate in the 30s. And you go,
Was Delahaye French?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delage.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay, there's none at 50 grand or under.
No, but the Art Deco French Art Deco cars of the 30s are pretty spectacular.
I mean, here's one right here. This Taba Lago.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
This interior is in really good shape.
yeah, no, this car's in really good shape. I mean, it's got whatever, so 70,000 miles on it, maybe.
Where is it?
Oh, it's in Phoenix.
It's in Phoenix. It's in the U.S.
Interesting.
And so someone had to bring this in, as in was this sold here in 92?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I found it on a Hemmings listing that was somewhere
European
adjacent to this
import,
one,
it
but
says.
so I didn't actually. And then I went to their thing because I was trying to figure out which engine it was.
2-liter. That's got to be really slow.
Oh, this is not. Yeah, this is like. I mean, this is either going to be
You
like.
could get a V6.
It's not going to be powerful.
Casey,
It's
how much of the horsepower do you think is devoted to the hydraulics?
14 to 18%.
Crank windows
Joey.
in the back.
Joey, how would you pronounce Phoenix in French?
You wouldn't.
Phony?
No, it's the same word.
I-
Phoenix.
I don't.
You can
Yeah,
see
I don't think
the,
they would even try
accumulators.
to do a French pronunciation.
Fenix.
Oh, it's got Michelin's.
I already said that.
This is the only way any car has to be authentically French is to have Michelin tires on it.
That's right. You got to support the Michelin brothers.
Pretty cool.
But I saw this car. When I saw this car, I was like, oh yeah, that was in a Ronin chase scene. It probably wasn't this engine that was in the car, but
It wasn't running.
Well, I mean, but that Ronin Chasing also had a rear-wheel drive Audi. So,
It did.
All-wheel drive.
Audi.
yeah, all-wheel drive Audi, rear-wheel drive Mercedes.
oh no, I'm thinking of Transporter. Yeah, sorry, my fault.
Casey,
yes,
what is this a good price for this car?
it's probably overpriced.
Probably.
I mean,
It's under budget.
There were a couple other that were for sale in the States that were like closer to 10, but this one I thought was exceptionally clean.
Now,
I just think it's a neat
did you
looking car.
choose this, Casey, because you like it, or because it was the last Indian standing after you had gotten rid of all the other French cars you didn't want?
Yeah,
I think we have our answer.
yeah. No, I mean, I think it's interesting. I think it would spark conversation.
It is that.
I don't particularly want to own it. I mean, any engine that's choked through that much, I mean, that thing has to be slow.
Oh yeah, it's definitely slow.
That's
But I think it's a cool design. And I mean, I've never seen one in the U.S. I'll tell you that.
I've never ridden in one, but they are supposedly have great rides, which goes all the way back to the
Oh,
DS with the
yeah.
Hydramatic.
Yeah, it was like a DS or a Duchevaux.
Yeah, de Chevaux.
Duchevaux. Duchevaux.
I think a crash
I
test.
thought those
of
were
this,
kind of obvious choices.
right. I think a crash test of
Watch
this would
Tony
be
have one. but-
interesting to see as well. A crash test.
Of
You
this
think this
car?
would be an interesting crash test?
Yeah.
Wait, it has power windows in the front and crank windows in the back,
Oh,
yeah.
like a neon.
like a Dodge Neon.
It is an updated singled-in radio, though.
Oh, it's got space for a sweet equalizer too.
Oh, it's got
Equalizer or a double
Oh,
din.
it's doubled in, so you can put a head unit with Apple CarPlay on it.
No, I want an equalizer.
I want an Apple CarPlay.
Don't touch my
But-
levels, Pearly.
Do you really have an Apple phone, Pearly?
I mean, this is clean. This is a clean car.
It's a nice car. I don't know if it's worth $19,000, but it's a nice car.
It is.
I
Probably.
think our budget of 50,000 was quite generous for French cars.
Yeah, I'm nice every once in a while.
When it doesn't matter.
I mean, I think you probably. I mean, should I apply now?
Look
live?
at the reservoir. Look at the reservoir on the
Good
air suspension.
Oh,
That's the accumulator.
The accumulator. I mean, whatever you call it. I don't know. I don't even understand how these things work, but they're awesome.
and I mean, hold on. Are those really drum brakes?
Yep.
Are they? No, that's just a backing plate, isn't it?
Is it?
I'll bet you there's a drum behind that.
Yeah, is there? I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't. Oh no, that's
The
this.
wildest.
Well, that's the front.
That is the front. Wait, let's see if we can find a shot.
I don't think that's a drum. Well, I don't know. I can't really tell. Oh yeah, can we see through those wheels? Those are
Probably not.
aftermarket, by the way.
the wheels.
Yeah.
I think they're Mustang wheels.
No, they just sort of look like it. They're just generic 90s aftermarket stuff.
I always like those Mustang 60-inch wheels. Those are really cool.
I don't know, Casey.
That might be a disc. I don't know. I'm not that worried about it. It's a clean car.
Well, whatever. It's the 2-liter. I'm sure the rear, you don't need the big rear brakes on the 2-liter.
He barely need brakes.
All right, you guys ready to see the winner?
You already did.
It is not this car, but oh wait, I gotta move this thing. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Where's my car? Boom. Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9. I think this is the first year. I think it came out in late 86 as an 87.
Where is this?
This is in Montijo.
In what country?
Is that Mexico?
I don't know. I think it's in Portugal. Yeah, it's in Portugal. So it's in a dry place. Portugal is like the California of Europe.
So you weren't even trying to get your own bonus?
No, I didn't care. I wanted one of these.
Oh, those orange carpet.
I've chosen 205 GTIs before on Windows Shop, and these are just cars.
So this is the early interior. It has the 1.9, which has 130 horsepower. It's got a really, really clean interior. These are just like lightweight, fun, actually
Legendary.
yes, legendarily fun.
Not very French though, right?
What's that, Casey?
Yeah, I mean,
How is that
French,
not
you
very
know.
French?
French.
Look at this intake. That's so French.
And I mean, these were when Peugeot was like rallying was all about when Peugeot was all about rallying.
Yeah, there was a Group B car built off of this car.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
the
look at
mid-engine.
that.
I know. I sent you the one that had the wide body kit on it.
That
But
is
it
a
was front
great.
drive.
This is a great looking car. I love the wheels.
Yeah.
I don't think they're 4x140, but they're probably 4x120.
Well, then I win if because I got 140.
But these are like right around 2,000 pounds, so a lot lighter than the Mark II GTI that it competed with. 130
driven
horsepower. No, I've never driven one. But I've
Volkswagen
heard,
GTI.
yeah, exactly. I've heard great things. I love this interior. I don't love the steering wheel, so I sourced a different steering wheel.
Do you have the budget for that? How much?
Oh
is
yeah, oh yeah. My car's how much
Oh.
is it?
that? 19,000
the
euros.
difference?
Yeah. So is that a good price for one of these?
Yeah, it's a decent price. It has
Come
100,000
on.
miles.
What? 19,000 euros.
These have
is a
shot up
decent-
in value.
in
The world
Portugal.
The world is recognizing.
Boy, you and
genius.
Pearley will say
Charlie
anything
McGee has one of these.
to
right?
win.
Does Charlie McGee have one?
I mean, Charlie has one. I
What's
might
his
call
name?
him.
The head of Stellantis Design.
Ralph Gillies?
Ralph
Gilles?
Gilles has one.
Gillies.
These are cool. Look, I think these are.
I'm sorry,
I haven't
Ralph.
driven one, but I've always wanted to.
Mark's brother.
There's nothing wrong with this car's design. This is like about as perfect a design of car as you can get, as far as a small
You
hatch.
guys were.
Just
I mean,
clean
you know
and perfect.
how many of these they sold? You were the guys just talking about how every French car was quirky and weird and absurd, and now
That's why I said it's not very French.
It's
No,
not, it's
this
only
is quite
French.
French. It's fun to drive. It rides well for what it is. No, it
this
doesn't
car is
ride
great.
well.
Great.
How do you know?
It doesn't ride well from what I've read.
But it wasn't meant to ride that well. It was meant to win races.
Yes, and then look at what it inspired. Oh, also I got these Advan Flevas for it because I think this looks pretty all seasony. What's on there?
Advan,
Yes.
not Michelin's.
No, there's no Michelin that's decent in this size, and this is a good tire. I have this tire on the E30, and it's a good tire. And then I bought this radio for it since my car doesn't have a radio.
European style.
I got floor mats for it, all still well under budget. And then look, this is the Group B car that it inspired.
Yeah, the Group B car. The Group B car is one of the coolest.
I
Group
mean,
B
it's
cars.
basically the same thing.
It's not
Exactly.
basically the same thing. It's the Group B
How
car.
French is it?
All
Wait,
drive.
go back. Scroll back down. How French is it to have a penthouse sponsorship?
Well, you know, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the rally car was mid-engine and, you know, basically purpose built from
It was
the-
all-wheel
from
drive
the
too,
E
wasn't
So
it?
flip back.
nothing like the road car.
It's awesome though. But anyway,
That's a good. Well, it's a good story.
that's the Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9. It's a spectacular buy at 19,000 euros.
Hey,
Portugal
dollar's really
ensures
strong
that it's
right
not
now.
rusty.
crazy money.
This is an early car with the early interior, which I think is more sought after. And then I'll swap out the steering wheel. And I'm
Sought
ready to go.
after. Did you really say sought after?
Yes. Look how clean
There-
this is.
There is.
It looks a little faded.
And look at just for scale, look at how small the car is. So small.
Wait,
Look at how
Casey, it's white. How could you tell it's faded?
The paint does not look very glossy at all.
oh, look at how clean that
Well,
coolant is.
Peugeot paint was never
And
really that
look at the
glossy.
brake fluid.
The
I'd like
brake
you to-
fluid.
Look at that brake fluid.
Hi, welcome to Brake Fluid Fetishist.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Montijo, Portugal. I mean, that car's been in the garage somewhere, probably in Portugal most of its life.
And that's a good thing.
I just like how far the wheels always look pushed out to the far end and at the very edge of the car. It just seems like it's using as much of the car for wheelbase as possible.
And this is what
Yeah, I
cars
mean-
would look like if there was never any bumper regulation. I mean, it barely has bumpers.
Who needs
Anyway.
it?
Oh, look at that. You can zoom in.
You just discovered photo.
1.9 was a big engine in a car this small.
Yes, but I mean it's only an 8-valve and it's single overhead cam, but still 130 horsepower was good.
Good torque.
Like-
good torque. Good torque.
Can we talk about this? Wait. What is going on with that intake?
It's a crazy, like weird, like cast aluminum intake. Also, the engine's all aluminum. French cutting edge design. Oh wait, that's the wrong page. There we go. Yeah,
See, it's
so
like,
it,
I mean,
it-
it's like the air like the air comes in, and
Yes.
then there's obviously filter, and then
air comes in,
There's
goes
some
in
kind
through
of
here,
resonating chamber.
mass airflow sensor, and then into the intake, and then it does this sweet turn into the engine.
That air has got to be 38 degrees Kelvin hotter by the time it reaches the intake. Because
No.
that made it
The air comes in 1990 and it leaves in 1992.
exactly. That makes
That's the funniest thing you've ever said on your Pearly.
No, this is
Chapeau,
awesome.
Pearly.
This is
Chapeau.
like anyway.
I love the
Yeah,
out of
there you
context looking at like the wiring and the engine. This is awesome. Like so zoomed in.
All right, now we've now come to the part of the show where we judge each other's picks and crown a winner. Mr. Huffman with the Panhard Dyna 57. I'm giving you a sideways.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Sideways.
It doesn't have enough
Interesting.
horsepower. Weird. You nailed weird.
French.
Oh my god! Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Joey, did you give
How
a
did
thumbs
Joey
up or
vote it
thumbs
up?
I
What
gave
did
it a
you?
thumbs up. I liked
Thumbs
it.
up. Yeah.
All right,
Out of
Pearly.
left field.
What was your favorite?
My favorite may not be the one I vote for now.
You
Dun,
know,
dun, dun,
integrity.
dun.
Have some integrity.
Integrity.
Oh, here we go again with that.
You know, my thing is that it really comes down to Joey's Coupe is so pretty, but it doesn't strike me as being very French. The 205 GTI is a car I really want to drive, but I kind of think the Citroen BX is the way to go here. I think that would be the
The XM.
That's not what it's called.
Exactly.
All right,
The
XM.
BX
Sorry,
is
the
the one
XM.
he didn't choose.
XM. The XM. I'm sorry, the XM. I think the XM's the car to go for. I got confused because
Wow.
I know nothing about my Citroen knowledge is so slight.
Why do you like the XM so much?
I think it's interesting. It's weird. It's a Citroen. It raises up on its thing. It's got giant accumulators on the suspension. It's just such a different car. It's
Okay.
the most different of all the cars. So I'd take the XM. So I hope KC wins because I'm voting for it because I know I'm not going to win with the Panhard.
All right, Joey. What car did you have, Joey?
406 coupe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
Oh
car.
man, come on.
sideways.
God, Tony is just like Mr. Harsh today.
With that one.
All right, fine. Up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
You bullied him into it.
It was too far away.
Who?
Your choices were Japan
But yours
or
is in
Argentina.
Portugal. Argentina's closer than Portugal, isn't it?
No, I don't
Argentina's in
think
the same
so.
same
Probably
time
isn't.
zones. Argentina's in the same time zone.
Well, it depends on where you are in America.
Yeah.
Would decide.
Yeah,
where-
An American time
Northern
zone.
Argentina. If that's like Tierra del Fuego, it's really far away.
Right. Yeah. But same time zone.
All right, Joey, as the only French speaker here, what is your favorite French car?
I actually am gonna pick Jonathan's 505. I thought that was it's kind of like quintessential French sedan, and it was in the US and is a turbo. I thought it was a good choice.
It had great headlights too. I love that.
No, it did not
Yeah,
have great
especially
headlights.
the
The worst headlights.
And oh man. Okay. You like,
Jonathan, the 505 turbo, thumbs up. Although I would have liked to have seen a manual, but you know.
Well, of course. There's like two. What's? Oh, thank you, Casey. I think again there were no bad cars.
Well, relatively
It's
speaking.
It's between the emphasis on the relatively. Indeed, I think it's between between Joey's 406 or 405,
406.
406, and the Peugeot. The Peugeot I really like, but the Peugeot, they're both Peugeots. The 10
Yeah, they're all Peugeots. Effectively.
the 109 109.
What are you talking about, John?
I don't even know what was your car, Tony?
205.
205.
205 GTI.
With
The
the 1.9
603 and the
liter.
909. I'm just gonna do area codes from now on with the 213.
I've got Peugeots in a different area. code.
So yes, I've got that was great, but like when I was living in Paris, I lusted after the Joey's car, so I have to go for that one.
So what's the scoring
Living in
here?
Paris.
I
What?
think it's a 111. It's
Yeah.
It's 111.
Casey, we've done 102 of these. You're questioning where Jonathan lived now?
That's. I mean, I was trying to place that in the timeline.
Oh, he's not going to help you with that.
From 99 to 201, I lived in Paris, and huge fan of the.
So you went from 99, which is 2nd century, to the 3rd century.
The 3rd century.
What are you talking
I don't know
about?
where your calendar is starting, Pearley, but I'm gonna.
Well, you
say
started 99. That's the year 99, and then you went to the 201. That's 102 years from the year 99 to the year 201.
2001.
Oh,
Just ignore him. Just ignore him.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So whose cars have votes? Casey, you've got 1 vote. Joey, you've got 1 vote. Jonathan,
And I
you've
have
got
2.
1 vote. Okay.
Mhm.
Now that brings us to Casey.
And
this-
remember integrity for the last
of
two.
course,
remember integrity.
I'm nothing but integrity.
Yeah, that was the integrity check right there. That's what that was.
That was for the viewers.
Carlos, let's just start getting a graphic up so that we don't have to do
Exactly.
that.
We're gonna take a quick pause for integrity just to make sure.
Integrity identification.
That's exactly.
All right, Casey, Citroen XM. I love it. Good choice. Cool car. Interesting, weird car.
Yeah.
Very
Totally
nice
French.
French car.
I think even more the Panhard, the most French car on the show was that one.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm not gonna lie. I went looking for a 205, and I thought if I picked it, I would have been blasted for picking something so not French.
But that wasn't the challenge.
I
mean, the
know.
challenge was just.
It doesn't matter.
So yeah, you and Tony always have
Nothing matters.
secret subtext. You guys are always playing
there's
too.
so much on the line here.
Joey's so French, he's gone nihilist.
I'm existential now.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it's between the 406 and the 205, and just to make Tony get real about his integrity, I'm gonna give him the vote.
So we have a four different
Always
votes.
high.
All right,
Yeah,
what do you
so
guys?
it'll be interesting if Tony gives it to Pearley here.
If
Do we
Tony
need
gets a
another?
pan-
Do we need another integrity check then quickly?
Yeah,
Do we
Tony,
need-
if you have a 5-way tie, if Tony picks the Panhard, we go for a 5-way tie.
He's
All
not,
right,
but
but
he
first
couldn't
you
do
have to
that.
vote.
But he gave the Panhard sideways, so he's not
Exactly.
going
He
to
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
bet he's
enough
regretting
horsepower.
that now.
First, you have to vote on my car, the 205 GTI 1.9.
Well, I mean,
Thumbs up, tough now.
All right. I almost want this to be a 5-way tie, but Integrity says.
Yeah.
So Casey's car, I don't like the
505.
2-liter. If it had the PRV 24 valve V6, I would have been all about it.
Which
Jonathan,
one?
you've got the automatic, which I don't like. Joey's got a front wheel drive French Mazda MX-6.
That's fair.
What?
So I'm gonna give it to the Panhard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And we're all winners.
This is a rare occurrence.
Integrity is out until 2024. I'm
There
calling
are
it
no
right now.
winners.
From
There are
now
no
on.
winners. There are no losers.
From now on, integrity is out until 2024.
If everybody's a winner, no one is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So thanks for watching this long. Please subscribe and like, and let us know what your favorite French cars are in the comments. And I believe this was a suggestion from a viewer, which is a great one. So please keep the suggestions coming, and we will hopefully see you all next week.
I'm gonna get
Bye
back
bye.
to the field.
Ta-ta. Adios.
No final
gonna-
words,
Au
Pearley?
revoir. Au
Au
revoir.
revoir.
Au revoir.
A bientôt.
Au revoir. Salut.